Hi, guys. Welcome to my podcast, Don't Be Branded, where I share my story and you share yours with me. Today is going to be a little different. Um, I have obviously not posted podcasts in the last 2 weeks. I know you all know that I was going to the doctor to get on medication and start therapy. Well, it is officially 1 week. Today's Valentine's Day. It is officially 1 week since I started medication. And I'm kind of just gonna share my journey with y'all on that. I've been posting on TikTok how it is because I know a big thing, like for me, about starting and actually going to the doctor was like being scared of the therapy and having to relive everything was one a really big thing. And two, like I don't know why in my head like I was gonna be labeled something. Um, and I just I finally realized like something happened where I realized that I can't do this on my own anymore and I need help. So I went a week ago from today, so last Tuesday, and they started me immediately that night. They asked me a couple questions when I went to the doctor. So basically what happened was if anybody that is scared to get on medication or um scared to go or make the first steps, I guess I'll tell you. Um, I went, I made the appointments with my older sister, and she got me in literally 2 business days from that day. So it was Friday. I got in on Tuesday, and they asked me questions like regular like doctor thing. You go and you weigh yourself, you tell them your height, you give them your family history, like just regular like doctor stuff, right? When you go in. And then they gave me like this little chart, and it's like 1 to 3 on my level of certain questions like um how hard is it for you to get up and do your daily tasks, level 1 to 3, one being like mild, three being severe. Well, there was two of these forms, okay, and every single one of mine was three except for one question, I think. Basically had to do with my business. My business is never affected by my depression. I continue like running my business and doing my stuff for my company. And that was the only one where it was like zero. Like it was one because there was no option for zero. Um, so we did that, and then I let them know like I'm diabetic, and um, they asked more like if my family had a history of depression, which my family does have a history of depression. I recently learned. And then after that, they took my blood pressure, like the blood pressure cuff, and it was pretty high. It was over like the bottom number was over 90. It was like 95, and they thought that maybe it was just because like my anxiety of being in there and stuff. So they came back and checked it, and it was better. It was lower. Um, Sorry, I'm also getting over the stomach bug. And my allergies have been really bad. So like this kind of been a thing lately. Um, so they came in, they did that. He came in and talked to me about putting me on hydroxyzine morning and nights, which is basically to help with anxiety and to calm me down. He did ask me like what symptoms like I don't know if it's symptoms. I don't know if it's symptoms, but he asked me what were my like things. So obviously like being tearful, like crying a lot. Shaking is a big thing in night, like in bed I shake so much. Like my legs just shake. um and I can't sleep. Like I'll like intentionally get in bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, you're going to bed, mind shut off, like go to bed. And I don't fall asleep till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Um, whether and like that's not me being on like TikTok or social media. That's me um listening to music in bed with my mind like not stop like worrying. Like I can't stop worrying um about things, or overthinking situations that are so unrealistic. Um like I plot out this whole situation in my head of what's gonna happen. And then like I believe it. I literally believe that. And then I have to tell myself, my logical side is like, no, Vanessa, no. No. So basically, I told him like those things. So he put me on hydroxyzine, if I'm saying that correctly, morning and night. Oh my gosh. The first night I took it, I remember I was on the phone with friends, and for an hour, it was an hour phone call. I all I remember maybe is a couple of minutes into that phone call. My pillow felt like the size of an elephant. And I just remember hugging it so tightly. and and that's all I remember. I don't remember the conversation. I remember falling asleep, and like for the first time in months, sleeping really well. Too long though. I slept too long. Which he let me know like I need to make sure I take it and get 8 hours. Like know that I have to have 8 hours sleep. So that was one. Another one is I cannot pronounce like the actual technical word for it. I just know like the name of it is Zoloft, but like there's like a more like technical name for it. Sertraline, I don't know, something like that. Basically, it's Zoloft. And that I take at night. So I take the Zoloft and the hydroxyzine at night, and then one hydroxyzine in the morning, which it makes me drowsy. So like, I'll explain that. But so I took that the first 2 days, fine. He said it's gonna take 7 to 10 days for the first dose. So like for me to notice something like chemically balancing myself, like for me to like fully notice that. So the first 2 days I was like, okay, like fine, no symptoms, no side effects. It's gonna get a little TMI, so trigger warning. And I do hold on before I like keep going, because I just started rambling. This is like my personal story. This is like what's happening to me, like my things. This is like going to be like the same thing that's going to happen for everybody else. No medical advice here. This is just me saying like being real with y'all, and like I'm not going to like sugarcoat it. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you like this is my experience. This is happening to me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or be like, oh, this is just great. I feel freaking fantastic on day one. No, that was not my situation. That's not how it's going. And I'm also not going to say like, I feel actually like crap and like, you shouldn't do this. Like you should. So 2 days in, I'm like, okay, like weirdly, I don't know if like this is in my head, but like 2 days in, I wasn't like worrying as much. I felt myself more calm. And my biggest fear about getting on medication was being scared of being numb and not having any feeling, like not like I want to say like just being numb and not feeling, like that's like my biggest fear. Um and so on day 2, I remember sitting down um at a table, and I'm just like kind of really out of it, like I'm here and I'm present, and I'm aware of my surroundings. Um but everything's kind of like going slow. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Um, Day 3 was when it started. I'm sorry, I'm moving the camera a lot. Like, this is not done like on the table on my laptop. This is, uh, I need to go on here and start talking, and I need to get this posted because it's important to me. And so this is kind of the situation. I'm just on my couch chilling right now. No bra, no, like this is my life. Runny nose, messed up makeup. Okay, anyways. Day 3. Oh, Siri's trying to talk to me. Day 3, I started getting so nauseous. I am not able to keep my food down. My shaking starts again, but like during the day, like I'll be sitting at like say my dinner table, or like, I don't have a dinner table, but like my bar stool or somewhere, and my legs just start shaking, like just like a nervous twitch. So nauseous. I'm eating 1 time a day at this point. Um, I know it's not good for me. I'm eating 1 time a day, and I take a medication, and I lay in bed and go to bed, okay? And I'm just like laying there. Vanessa, don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up. Talking to myself this whole time, don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up. Like breathing techniques, like listening to calming music, like telling myself, you got just keep it down. This is happening probably for 3 days. So the 5th day, like this kept going to the 5th day. And I just threw up like 3 days straight, throwing up, can't keeping any food down. Okay, so on the 5th day, no, the 6th, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, the 5th day, a Saturday, or whatever day. I don't know what day we're at. I think it's the 5th day. I am enraged, angry. I'm not an angry person, and I want to scream at everything and everyone around me. If someone was whispering, they were talking too loud. Everything triggered me. Everything triggered me. It was to the point where my mom was like, you need to go home. Take yourself home. Okay. The next day, the 6th day, the same thing. Nausea was going away. I was able to keep food down. I ate. Oh, okay. So I got hungry. Like my appetite came back. I ate 3 full meals. And so the nausea went away, but I was just angry. I felt so bad. So I kept myself like trying to keep my cool, because no one deserved that. Like no one deserved for me to be angry or mean to them. So and then I would say yesterday was the first day that I did not throw up. I was not angry. I had my appetite, and I could feel myself not worrying. Like certain things that would happen in my day, I would overthink and I'd stress out about it, and I would just like freak out. And I don't know if like this is what the medication is supposed to be doing. Like I don't know if this is what it's supposed to be doing, or if it's like in my head thing. I just know that I was okay. Like if that happened, it happened. If it happened, it happened. Um, I will say though, the sleeping a lot, I don't know if it's um sleeping because I'm so depressed, or if it's because the hydroxyzine is making me really tired, or if it's a safe space for me just to go in straight to bed and just like avoid everything. Um, I haven't figured that out yet. Um, but if I have to say my first week, also a weird thing, because we're going to talk about everything on this podcast. Like, there's no filter. I have a very high sex drive, and it kind of messed with my sex drive a little bit. It was low. That was a side effect that I read about happening. Didn't think that could happen to me personally, but it did. um ugh, Sorry, I'm just rambling at this point, but most of y'all know me. um but I've had a rate this week. The nausea wasn't great. I really hated that. It was really bad. The anger was insane. Okay. Bitch mode 3000. Sleeping was a lot. But if I had to go through all of that all over again to be able to like feel the slightest like less worrying than I'm feeling now, I do it. I was gonna call my doctor on Monday, yesterday, to tell him like I can't do this. I need a different medication. Like, this is shit is not gonna work for me. I cannot be angry. I cannot be like hungry all the time, like gain weight, because I have gained weight since I do have an appetite, and because it's making me eat. Y'all watched the last episode, and obviously I struggle with eating and my body image and stuff like that. So it's gonna make me gain weight because it's making me have my appetite, which is normal. Like, I'm supposed to be eating normally. So I'm just gonna have to eat healthy and work out more. Um, I haven't felt that like life is great. I want to go run in sunshine and rainbows and let's go work out, and like I haven't hit that in time. I know once the medication gets regulated. But I don't think I'm gonna call them to change it because I felt better. But anyways, that wasn't even what this whole episode was going to be about. It wasn't going to be about this. That was just something I was going to tell you all about my journey on TikTok and here and there on the episode. What my original episode was supposed to be 2 weeks ago was I was at my lowest points that I've been at since December of 2021. Now, if y'all remember the episode with Brent, you know that December of 2021, I was suicidal and had attempted, was going to attempt. And 2 weeks ago, I was at my lowest. Now, not that, like I was not suicidal, was not going to do anything. I know that I want to live, like I know. But I was so unwell that I forgot you have people to pull you and help you up part. I secluded myself from everyone, and I'm still kind of doing that. My circle, I fell deep, deep, deep down, and I don't know what triggered it. I was unwell. I wasn't okay. And it came to a point where my sister, that I actually didn't have a relationship with really, had called my mom and my little sister and said, something's up. Vanessa hasn't posted all week. She posts all the time. She didn't post her podcast and they'll be branded. This isn't normal for her. If y'all know me, like, you know, I'm always posting. I don't let work or anything like that like get interfered when I have depression or anxiety, though this isn't work. This is just me speaking. So I guess it made sense that I wasn't posting or, you know, doing much. And at 10:30 at night, my sisters and my mom and my niece came to my house and started knocking on my door. Now, I had just gotten up and showered. And I was like, what are you guys doing here? I didn't open the door to them. And I said, what are you guys doing? And they're like, Vanessa, we're worried about you. We know what nobody has heard from you in 6 or 7 days. We're worried about you. We need you to open the door. And I said, I'm fine. Leave. Like, leave me alone. You know, like, this isn't intrusive. This is like an invasion of my privacy. I was pissed. I'm gonna be honest, I was pissed off that they came. My house was a mess. Like, if you know me, like, you know that, like, living in messy, because I haven't even talked about this yet on the podcast, but like living in a messy house is triggering for me, from my marriage. It gives me anxiety. I can't live in filth anymore. It's just like, that's just a thing. It's like triggering for me. And so my house was a mess because, you know, I was depressed and I wasn't doing anything for those couple days. And I was like, I don't want my mom coming in here and seeing like this. This is embarrassing. So I called my friend and I just started crying and I was like, they're here, you know, like, I don't want to cry in front of them. Like, I don't want this. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm not going to do anything to myself. And they said, if you don't answer the door, we're going to have to call the cops because we're worried about you. Now, as much as I was pissed off at them, and I think that it's so fucking like invading of my space, I understand where they're coming from. Perhaps there could have been another way to go about it, but I guess I wasn't really giving them that option because I turned my location off. I wasn't answering any texts, any calls, you know, like at all. So I guess that's the next step. And that was when I realized I need to actually say what I'm saying to everybody else, that I'm going to get help and get on medication and stop making excuses for not going. And I guess that next day I woke up pissed off. Like I told y'all in episode 1, when I woke up September 7th of 2021, I was angry with myself that I allowed myself to stay in this marriage for so long, so unhappy, and then wasting myself and my time and everything. I woke up the next day, once they left, angry again. Angry. So fucking angry. And I'm still angry. Like, Vanessa, again. Again, you allowed yourself to become this version of you that you don't even recognize. Like, you're not hustling hard. You're not living. You're literally just fucking surviving. Like, you're just surviving. And in what world is that okay? Like, why are you doing this again? Didn't you learn the first time? Didn't I learn? And I just woke up angry. And I have to give myself grace, and I know that. I know that I didn't give up. I didn't give up. And when you fail, it means you tried. So keep trying and don't give up. And I have to keep telling myself that. Okay, you failed, but that means you tried. So keep trying as long as you don't give up on yourself. So here I am. And I am putting in the work in every way now. I'm not just saying it. I'm actually doing it. I'm doing it. So whatever I just said and however long this has been, I really just wanted to come up here and give you all an update. I'm excited to see how this medication works. I'm excited to get a call from the behavioral health people. I got a referral, and they're going to call me, and we're going to schedule a date for me to go in. Oh, I shouldn't say I'm excited. I'm not excited for therapy. I'm excited for the Vanessa that I know I am, the Vanessa that I know I can be, the Vanessa that will flourish and just, I'm excited to get to that Vanessa. I know I can never be a Vanessa from the past. I know, like, and I don't want to be any other version of who I used to be, regardless of what version it was. Like, that's gone. I need to move forward. And I'm excited to see. So I'm not excited for therapy, but I'm excited to see what it's going to do and how it's going to help me. But yeah. And for the medication, to continue taking it, because you can't just stop. You can't just stop the medication. You have to keep doing it. And I'm not gonna, stopping would mean like I'm giving up and not even giving it an effort in trying it. So continuing doing that and hustling and working at businesses and working out and get back to eating healthy and just continue to do more than just survive. And I hope that in some way me talking about like this makes you know that if you're having a really fucking hard time, you're literally not alone. Because we all go through it. I mean, I've been absent and by the way, the messages, thank you guys. I love you guys. I know that you noticed my absence and just even like the funny memes or thinking about you or you got this girl or you're not alone. Like, thank you. That means so much to me. And yeah, that's my update. Whatever I said on this thing. I hope that y'all had a great Valentine's Day. And whether Um, it was with family or your significant other or your children, or you're single and you did the single thing like me. I hope that y'all had a great day. Um, Remember, your relationship status does not define you. Um, and don't give up. And if I can end this with saying anything, it would be what I said earlier. If you failed, it just meant that you tried. So get up and keep trying. I love you guys. Have an amazing night or day whenever you're watching this. And don't be branded by your past ever. Okay? Just don't. Goodbye.